Salutations everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play The Darkest Dungeon. Last time we left off, we were continuing our adventures into the cove so we could get lovely access to the drowned crew. And so now it's our objective to get the mantra of fasting and the crew's bell. So, real question is now... oh wait. Medium infestation. Real talk, what do we want to bring? I think Berenger would actually be a good one here. Because I think they count as unholy? So, Berenger will join the fray. Bordakeen... if they count as eldritch, that'll suck. Bordakeen, come out. Altard, you gained Slugger recently. And... the fragile one is the point that I'm confused about. Roke... we have you as a healer... and you as a debuffer for dodge, although I don't know if that's actually really that great. Just weird reconstruction has fantastic ability. But I might take it because of tough and evasive. Third row for you. I want to take Talvase. I want to take Talvase. I really do. How do you get additional stress in the cove? And... reduction damage. I need to find someone else. Perhaps Lilith. Perhaps this will be one of the few times we take doubles. Lilith, Bordakeen... oh, wait. Wait a minute. No, sort of all is good in the second row? Because you also have the ability to mark in the other way. So instead, we'll take Bordakeen instead and get the Hounds of War. Alright. Alright, who here needs an upgrade? I don't think any of you guys actually do. I'm going to unequip on trinkets. And you I'm actually going to all have visit, because what... campfire... Bordakeen had no campfire skills, that's right, so we can actually build her however we want. Bordakeen is in position 1. And is going to be there, so battle trance, encourage, and maybe, if absolutely all goes well, sharpened spear. That being all your campfire skills. Sort of all, you should honestly get rid of Pep Talk and maybe get Hound's Watch instead. Yeah, get Hound's Watch. Just because that's just better than Pep Talk in every way. Oh, you can have 4 of skills. I didn't realize that you could have 4 skills. You have good stuff. And you all have good stuff. We no longer have any pep talks in our group. Since we have 6 additional recruits, now is actually probably a good time to get someone else. Having a high-level jester with all the skills I'm very much interested in, except for Battle Ballad, is actually pretty good. It's just your negatives suck, but we can take a new jester.
You will be laughing still at the end.
Mercer. Pick to the face. No. I mean, lunge Shadow Fade is definitely not a horrible thing. Maybe the leper has something. Leper does not have something. Dumont. Love interest. Oh, okay, never mind then. Wow, all these people have love interests, and they're seeking to join my group. Slugger, but you're a ranged character. Why? We also could use another Houndmaster. Vox. Sure, let's see. Blackjack. Guard Dog. Target Whistle, Hound Rush. I guess we could screw around with something involving this. Sure, let us take Vox into our party.
A lawman and his faithful beast. A bond forged by battle and bloodshed.
And we'll get Bonell as well.
Elusive, evasive, persistent. Righteous traits for a rogue.
And we have a party for the future in case things screw up. Where is Harriet off in the aether? Hang on, I'm actually curious about this. Oh, gone on a vision quest to achieve enlightenment. Okay. Alright, so we got this group together. Now let's figure out what we're going to equip them with. We're going to want high DPS for this because it's a boss rush. Heaven's Hairpin, just because reduction of stress is better than anything you could possibly give us. And preferably something that gives high stress, high damage. I don't know if he's Eldritch or not. I can't remember. Oh. But your speed would be nothing! But you're in the first row. I need something to outdo, something that would grant you a ton of speed. Because this isn't going to give you stress. Do we have something here? That would outdo the speed, it would drop your crit, but Slugger helps out more with that, because you don't need to crit that often. Is there anything that's better? Is there something... Ooh. The combination of everything to get... No, that would not help. That would be the speed we're looking for here, but I think, honestly, me getting the... Just me taking the Swift Cloak might be good enough. It sets her speed to normal. Berenger, since you're in the back row, you'll be getting the Prophet's Eye. And with the Prophet's Eye, we're also going to give you... You don't exactly need healing skills. You've got the conditional speed boost that will basically always be active. Perhaps give you the Overture box just so you can dodge constantly? Now, if I was going to do that, I'd just give you Wilbur's Flag so you can't be stunned. But Wilbur's Flag would actually probably be better on the Occultist. Since we're taking Roke along, Wilbur's Flag and the Ancestor's Scroll. These two together will make them pretty ridiculous. Let's just leave it at that. You'll have a high enough dodge where you just don't care. You get to go first, but you can take the Overture box. That'll help minorly, which leaves Sword of Vol. What do I want to do with you? I guess Berserk Charm combined with Aria box means that you'll be going first, and we have reduction of stress in the Cove. I mean, you have a base minus 30% stress while here, which only leads to plus 15, so I could actually replace that with, and why not replace it, since the Aria box only does stress reduction, we could just take the Siren's Conch, and there you don't have debuffs anymore, or don't have to worry as much about it. I think we're good. I think. Anyway, the Hounds of War get unleashed once more. Oh, wait. We have a lot of gold left over. We have a lot of gold left over. Perhaps, because Talvase, I think, had gotten something. No, Talvase did not. Altard got Slugger. Let's actually start dealing with some of these quirks. As I deal with my own sneezes. We'll ditch Fragile and give you Slugger guaranteed. And that's the only main one will do. Provision. Food upon food upon food. Torch upon torch upon torch. I don't want to risk anything going wrong with this expedition. It's a boss fight. So many things can and will go wrong. Begin.
While the greedy dogs slept off their revelry, I hexed their anchor with every twisted incantation I could muster, imbuing it with the weight of my ambition and my contempt for their crude extortion. At the witching hour, the anchor pulled with preternatural force, dragging craft and crew down into the depths. They must have cried out, but no sound escaped the swirling black waters.
Right.
The poor devils, chained and drowning for eternity.
$10 says they're down here. Let's take the most direct route we possibly can manage. That's an amazing first find. What's available?
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
You interest me. Maybe, oh wait, that's just stress with plus 15 dodge, never mind. If it didn't give stress already, there's more that I would like to invoke, and maybe as a part of something later we'll take that. But something free like this, I can accept. Crack this one open, let's see what we find. Acceptable, more food for the food gods, and I'm already full on inventory. Well, here comes the first battle. I'm not going to open up this one, and you open it anyway.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
I want to take, but taking is not great as of right now. At least it's not
Another
as
mariner,
good as it could be.
Another misfortune.
Okay, so to actually iterate what I was going to say there so I don't sound like as much of an idiot, I would like to take more stuff and be greedy, but being greedy right now is not a good idea. Wow! You're already punishing me for using one shovel. I buy all this crud and garbage, and I'm already getting punished. Alright, first battle should be now. Wow! I was right! Do we want to just try and murder... They're gonna be going fast enough. Hound Harry probably would be a good idea here. Jesus! Sword of all! We could hack Hope and Pray. At least we're both dodging each other. You know what? You know what? Enough out of you. Enough. I want to start getting something done. Thank you, Rogue. That's the kind of burst we're looking for. Oh no, the one who I've made especially tanky so I just didn't have to concern myself with it. Hound Rush, please kill this one. Oh, the bleed's not enough. Why couldn't the bleed be 3? Okay, that's not good, but it's not awful. I would like to move you back, but I'm actually, since you're marked and guaranteed to die, we'll mark you next. Which means I can take my shot at this one. Doesn't kill, but gets very close. Bordakine, please. Okay, I'm actually moderately okay with Bordakine taking this many hits. I'm just gonna finish you off.
Maintain
Pelagic Piranha. You know what? Let's kill off this one.
Give them no quarter.
I think I lack good stuns, but we're at least going to start spending our time healing up the crew. Because we can take several turns doing this. And also gives you a buff for a brief moment. Alright, I think that's as good as we're gonna get. Resist the bleed, not 100% surprising. Full heal, and you get your action. Please hit. Of course. Of course. Oh, thank goodness. Please kill this one already.
Destroy them all.
And we get additional food. Excellent. And we're not that bad off yet. Oh, baby. Oh, joy. I actually want to try to kill the infamous Fusilier. Not gonna lie, I actually want to right now. Mostly because of this. Hopefully no debuff is applied.
Annihilated.
Well, that's one down. Now we have to worry about you. If it bleeds, question mark? Alright, let's just start dealing with anything else that could possibly harm us. You've got enough for 2 more actions. And here comes the bleed stacks. Yep, here come the bleed stacks. You actually survive off of dodge. I did not expect
Precision
that.
and power.
Alright. So what we're gonna do is get rid of you, or at least guarantee that you die no matter what happens. And then let's just start focusing on this Bloodletter, try to get him DPS down. You don't have very high damage, but you're gonna have to purge your own bleed anyway. Heal this one. As long as you don't force the bleed on them again, I'm fine with it. I know you can't staunch the flow, but that's not problematic. In 2 turns, the thing's guaranteed dead.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
And we have to hit again anyway, so let's just spread out some healing.
Sedated.
I don't think you can hit him, so I think you have to hit this one this turn.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Acceptable. What do I want to ditch? Oh wait, we have 4 food beyond what we ever could possibly use. Feast. You will actually take the next bit of food. I want the ruby, which is better than the onyx. That'll take. The deeds, however, are also greater. Aside from that, I do have to leave these treasures behind, but what we could gain is far greater than anything that they could provide here. I'm not going to take it now because I've got too much garbage in my inventory. I was halfway expecting that to be a trap, and I also didn't realize how pseudo 3D the game is. Until you actually... Scouting. Can we figure out where the boss is? Boss is directly below us. We have 3 battles guaranteed. Which means now's a fantastic time to make camp. Or we could wait until this room. Then make camp and go in, because then we could actually use the healing properly. So let's go and do so, and we even grab an extra torch. Glorious. Who here is good with traps? You are. You've actually got the second most stress out of the party, so you'll take the 100% chance. We'll hit the torchlight and go to war.
Safety.
Alright, so there's a raving madman. I wish I could get rid of him. However, that's actually just not feasible as of right now. Let's start focusing on DPS. That's not what I wanted to see. This is what I want to see, though. Alright, there's a stunning accusation.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
The horror stress thing happens so rarely that it's just not really worth going after. However, hit the Raving Madman. I mean, if you're going to give me this opportunity. But he has no dodge. So close! So close. And I don't have anything that could do incident. Well, yes, I do. Bleed, bleed, bleed. He dies. Good. That's what I want to see. He dies. That's all. Sort of all. We can work on healing you in a moment. He doesn't get his next action. Missile artillery. Second hit behind them. Wicked hack. Let's avoid doing that. Sorry, Iron Swan. Let's avoid doing that, and let's just focus on getting rid of the champion.
Slowly, gently. This is
People
how
start
a life
dying.
is taken.
And marking you would be the next best thing. I never checked to see if that actually guaranteed your death. It does not.
As
Hope
the
and pray.
fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Hope and pray. My prayers have been answered. Wow, you do not like Rogue. I'm just thankful he has a 49 dodge right now, because I honestly don't know the calculation for dodge. That probably helped to know. I didn't check. Okay, that does away with his dodge, so we hit guaranteed. However, everything else is not the greatest. I'll take sort of all getting moved up. Hound Harry and just start trying to deal with the Pelagic Champion. Like, I can accept the small amounts of bleed because we can actually start surviving it soon. Alright, now we're actually stacking decent amounts of damage.
A decisive pummeling.
Acceptable. Good. Roke, I really need you to heal right now.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
At least he takes no actions. Alright, we're gonna start focusing on making sure this guy gets better. If we don't, well, we might have problems in the future. He does not bleed, but you heal.
Sedated.
Alright, there we go.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I don't want to ditch anything in favor of it, but I'm going to do so for now. Just as when we were about to start our feast. By the way, do we have any more obstructions? We don't. We actually don't care about shovels. Good. Let's make camp.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Alright, since we're actually in a good position for right now, I'm actually going to want to boost damage as much as possible. So we might actually... So, guaranteed battle trance. I kind of don't want to have another fight. And if we could surprise them, that'd be great. So that'd be our 4. And then marching plan for the speed boost? Marching plan, and then something for 2. You could take the stress hit. That's fine. If I Dark Strength on her, we should be good. And we can rest.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
A blazing star is born indeed. Let's actually ditch those negatives, as we had planned for, and get a move on. I really wish I could take you to deal with the trap, but I'm going to take the 100% chance every time. There's zero reason not to if it's made available to me.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
We got the surprise. Alright, so what am I going to want to do here? So this is the one that deals with protection. I'm going to get the infamous Cutthroat. You will Iron Swan. It's not a guaranteed death, but this might make it so. And one sniper shot later, and his back row is gone. Point blank shot I can deal with. I wish it didn't move her, but that's fine. Wow. You move back, actually. Your turn is better spent moving back, unironically. Hit the infamous bloodletter, mark it, remove its dodge, and start the murder spree.
A victory. Perhaps
Jesus,
a turning point.
Berenger. Jesus. I really want to hold on to this onyx, so I'm actually going to eat the rest of this food and take it. Because we've got plenty of food remaining for now. And because we have so little stuff to actually hold on to...
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Let's spend it all now. On the
Even
ground
in death,
crew.
the captain shouts his orders, and the crew obeys.
All hands on deck. I know what the drowned anchorman does, because he does more drowning stuff. Eat the dog treat. For 3 battles, 2 speed, 50% damage, 15% accuracy. I'll have you start dealing with the drowned crew, because if it's going to try to touch Roke, that's actually pretty awful. I want to move you, but there's no reason to as of yet. Mark the target, and hopefully start dealing with it. Push away, push away. Move forward. I'd rather you take it than this. Wow, they do not like Rogue. Heave 2. Oh yeah, because while this is going on, he heals. Heal thyself.
Destroyed.
Dead. Excellent. Alright. Next shot.
Quakes.
1/4 of his health. Let's keep doing this, Berenger. Come on. As long as he doesn't proc all hands on deck, we're good. We just have to start DPSing him down now. Okay. What? Will that turn him to his side? Resist the move. Alright, the move has been resisted. Once again, we're going first. Drop its protection. Former ability hex this one. We just need the mark dropped. Another massive hit. Drink with dead. Bloody failures. And we can Iron Swan. Iron Swan is straight better, if I remember correctly, than actual combat. And Roke's dodge stat finally comes into play. And now we have to deal with the drowned anchorman. I mean, at least you can heal.
War can be healed, but never hidden.
Please kill. Not what we were looking for, but something we can hopefully deal with.
Decimated.
Free yourself. Boarding crutch is fine, and the dodge goes off. Love to mark. Do I want to drop the mark now? Because this will last until the end of next turn. Ultimately, it'll be worth more DPS, so let's go and do this, and maybe finish off the boss next round. I'm glad that he's resisting whatever it is, because I'm not 100% certain what it does. Alright. Hound Rush. Hope and kill. You already have your speed dropped to nothing. I guess... I mean, technically, he has massive pull resist, but we can still hit him as much as possible. And now let's hope for a crit. No crit comes, but that's fine. Crit, 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 crit. Oh. You know what? Oh, good, you dodge, thank goodness. And you have the highest debuff resist here. You shouldn't get hit by it ever. Alright, now here comes the Anchorman. Alright. Oh yeah, because you have the additional protection. That's why we kept doing this. Oh, the anchorman has no protection here, but he dodges anyway. It's not what we needed. I'm glad that we're apparently dodging these drinks with the dead. Love to clear this. Get him. Thank you. But now here comes the big problem. I really want to hit this guy. But it's going to hit the drowned crew, so I'm still going to hit the debuff on them so I can try next turn to kill them. I'm hoping for you to free yourself. Nope. Of course not. And he's back up to near full. Oh, he gets it on his own turn too. Oh, go. Buzz off. Okay. Okay. Heal him? It's something. I prefer more, but it's something. Drink with the dead. Okay, it was bound to go off eventually. Alright, here comes the next crew. I really want to just kill him, but it's not feasible. I'll just go with the same strategy as before because I was doing more DPS that way. We have a very stall-heavy strategy, but it worked, and that's the important bit. Heal him, please.
Well struck.
Oh. Okay, so they're going to take all their actions. It's not that problematic
Confusion.
because
Nerves.
those who go early enough, even with his buff, we might be able to just kill him outright. Because he still has the mark until his first turn. Never you mind. Not good enough. Roke, that was the good healing we needed here. Alright. I really... Oh, wait. Take a hound treat.
The blood quickens.
We didn't hit the drowned crew hard enough. It's a hard enough life for us. I didn't need you to roll minimum. What makes you think that's a good idea? Alright. Your resolve is tested. You're not hopeless. Quit
There can be no
your
hope in this
whining.
No hope at all.
Thank you, Bordakeen.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
I don't think I need more blueprints, but I'll take it just in case. Yeah, you're hopeless for now. You really are. I don't need either of these, because they won't actually end up replacing anything. We'll continue adventuring, because we finally killed off this boss, and now it's in our best interest to start parsing down loot. It's a map, it's a map, it's a map, it's a map, it's a map. Oh, no secret door. That's actually really disappointing. And we still have the Hound's Watch for a few more, like, rounds of combat. So we should be fine. You open it. And treasures hidden within. Book of Constitution. It's better than 2 torches. No, it's currently better than the medicinal herbs. We'll hold on to this stuff. Don't need gold as of yet. Perhaps go for the room with treasure? Maybe. Maybe. And then we'll proc the first torchlight.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
And we'll head up north and see what we find. what we find is more traps to disarm. Oh, fish guts. Of course I'm ruined. I'll leave it be for now, then. We might be able to get something on a return trip, because we might just return down there. Who knows? No! I'm an idiot. I was not paying any attention. I want to actually just kill you. But you're both about as bad as each other. So maybe we'd be able to just kill you off. I want to just move you back one row. Iron Swarm works better. You just spend the turn healing yourself. For the first round of combat, if you could Iron Swan him, that would be great. Doesn't get rid of him. How disappointing. And now they get all their turns, and you're probably going to protect the Squiffing Ghast. Oh no, you're just going to Octocestus. I mean, with Bordekin, we can at least self-heal and purge that debuff. So, mark you for death.
Obliterated.
And we'll just take a one-shot. I'm actually okay with this. Oh. You've got the higher dodge. Let's try and deal with you. And off-kilter jig, which will probably dance you around the place.
The horror.
Wow. That's awful. I didn't realize that's exactly what he did. Just a permanent stress debuff for the entire team. I mean, good enough. Which means if he ever gets to the front row, he'll just off-kilter jig constantly. Could I? I can't kill him with a maddening curse, but I can start healing you up. I mean, people are going to be guaranteed stress one way or the other. He's dead finally, although we lose our only person that could do the protection debuff. We're just going to use this turn to heal you up. Come on. Purge the blood. The blood be purged. Octocestus on Roke, which does exactly as planned and sees the Dodge Master. Dodge Maestro. And we can finally drop his protection, which means we can actually kill the man. Sure, I'll drop the mark as well, and we'll drop his dodge as well. Only we could kill as easily. Thank you, Rock. Thank you for being a point of consistency in this trying time.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Well, we don't know what else is available to us, so we're just going to spend one of our skeleton keys and probably ditch the Holy Waters.
Laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Well, as I said, we're probably going to ditch the Holy Waters in favor of getting the busts. That's the Ancestor's Coat, and let's move on to this room battle with Curio, because we still are buffed. Sparkle coin, you see, nothing inside. Good. We have a lot of stress from that, but it's not awful.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
I really want to take the journal page. You know what? We're going to take the journal page in favor of this onyx. I'm going to hold on to the skeleton key because that curio might be something that actually it's not guaranteed treasure. Never mind, there's not much that actually requires the key. And then in which case you might as well take the gold instead. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. We really like to shuffle. And then you must go, okay. And then whatever treasure we get in here will be one of our last. And we get the surprise off, meaning that we actually have a chance. It's no guaranteed death. I'll hit the cultist witch, by which I mean I'll fail at hitting the cultist witch. It does not deserve your anger. Oh my gosh, really? You're trying to commit suicide here. Hilarious. You know full well you can never leave. I was so hopeful. I mean, we got one of them, which is as much as we can really hope for. You're marked. Rend for the old gods on the marked target, but dodged. Kill? Of course not. 35% means 75% for them, whereas I'm just assuming it works on a scale of 100, because if you have 100 dodge, you'd assume that you dodge absolutely everything that ever comes your way. Yeah, let's get to work on you. Rend for the old gods, it's not Rend the marked, at least. Octocestus, I can deal with. I'm not even going to pay attention to your rambunctious whining. Let's just kill them already. There we go. Heal this one. It's good enough as far as I'm concerned. We can at least begin the marking procedure. I'd really like to drop his protection, but this is good enough to get started. Wow, you are useless. All your stuff relies on you being in position 1. And you deserve any negatives that come towards you. Except for death, because that means death would have literally been a revolving door for you. No, I'm going to move you back because that just still improves her DPS specifically. Useless. As always. And always a pleasure. Octocestus on Bordakine. Dodged. At least our corpses are starting to be dealt with. We get the debuff. Excellent! Good. I mean, one thing you can definitely say about this crew is that they tend to keep their health at very high totals.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Touch the ship's figurehead. I should have given that to someone else. Do I want to return? I forgot what that curio was. No, because it was the one that requires a shovel to open. I could go back. It'd be 3 more battles guaranteed with curios, but I'm just going to cut and run. I've got enough rubies, sapphires, and otherwise to cover for most of my expenses.
Let us get out of here. 1 drowned crew and an absurd amount of gold later. Okay, that's not absurd. I could get more if I had an antiquarian, but who knows? Why would we ever take antiquarians on missions such as this? I have another blueprint, although I'm fairly certain the blueprints are actually useless to us at this point. Because we just start off with all the blueprints we could possibly use. Sorry, my spine's trying to curve in on itself sometimes, and it does this sort of thing, and it locks my back in a certain position. I'm currently trying to break out of it. There we go. There we go. I can move again. Sort of all... I have to get rid of that. I'll take hard-skinned. I'll definitely take hard-skinned. We'll have to help your hopelessness later. But let's see. What awaits us in the town?
To the resourceful thief, burials are merely ephemeral affairs.
Eat the rich. What's curious of all, however, is the absence of any evidence in the crypt itself. Nonetheless, the chest was found open, its contents conspicuously missing. Do I have any idle grave robbers? Durary. Goes to level 3. No one else, because all my other grave robbers had died. Oh no, Darcel.
also goes up a level. I guess acceptable. Anyway, do I actually have a full... How do I take a look at this? Ancestors'
In
memoirs.
time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So the real question is, do we have any form of journal finished? We have the trampled journal finally finished. Sebastian's watch was his last. We were jolted during our evening's repast, the best we could make in these murky halls of our once great house, from the roar and flash of black powder. We dropped our bowels and hurried to him. All we could find was his spent pistol and a trail of blood leading into the maze of shadows. We pressed on. We fought in the East Gallery, filled with portraits of our ancient lineage, uncaring witnesses to the slaughter. Al-Hazred, the fiery heartbeat of our retinue, wrought keen havoc in our enemies' ranks. I keenly feel his absence, even as I remember voiding myself upon seeing his lifeless body fall, blood pouring from his screaming mouth, some cruel knife having rent his lungs to gore. Yet we were victorious, and thus we press on. Hewell, dear friend, exemplary warrior, a survivor of the King's War, and many sorties in these halls, met an ignoble end. We were weary, Hewell and I, as we searched for sanctuary. Weariness, it appeared, has a murderous streak. It blinded him to the mechanism that tripped the spikes which eviscerated him. I held him as his essence slipped away, another giant fallen in our mad pursuit. I am not alone now, weary but unbowed. Unbowed. I press on. I am become vengeance. All cultists will feel my mace. Brigands fear my roar. I am outnumbered, 'tis true. I am starved and half mad, but as long as there is a breath in my body, I will press on. I will wreak unbearable agony on those who would seek to despoil my great man's. And now they come. I douse my torch. I do not fear the darkness. This is my house, and woe to the uninvited. So close, yet so far from any others being finished. The blackest of fates. In the same instant, we found ourselves in a place of suffocating dark, facing a creature that defies description, and whose recollection causes my quill to jump and shudder. It is merciful only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. I see Cuthbert hacking at the quivering appendages of the monster. I recall how a piece of its flesh sloughed off, and of its own twisted accord, sprang on Boleen, piercing her stout plate. The occultist, as if to offer himself as a tribute, was torn apart by its writhing limbs. Oh my god, wow, I somehow missed it. Start from here, will you? Our purpose was to desecrate their animalistic shrines, and thus disperse the swinefolk, but soon we came across an artifact that was far beyond the crude fetishes crafted by the pigmen. It looked as if obsidian had been grown and twisted into a dark symbol of worship. It cradled a pulsing red orb, glowing with malevolent light. Cuthbert, Boleen, and I hesitated, but thrice-damned Mizir, driven by crazed impulse, thrust his torch in a hidden receptacle, and thus sealed our fate. In that same instant, we found ourselves in a place of suffocating dark, facing a creature that defies description, and whose recollection causes my quill to jump and shudder. It is merciful only fragments of our battle remain in my psyche. I see Cuthbert hacking at the quivering appendages of the monster. I recall how a piece of its flesh sloughed off at its own twisted accord, sprang onto Boleen and pierced her stout plate. The occultist, as if to offer himself as tribute, was torn apart by its writhing limbs. The assault was overwhelming, with Cuthbert slain, and as Boleen fell, I was driven by rage. I leapt and drove my axe into the creature's many eyes. Purple ichors splashed my face, and my very soul shook as it bellowed. The only thing I can recall after was falling swiftly into blackness. I now find myself back in the warrens, among the remains of my companions. My wounds are too severe to allow the completion of my task. Thus the desecration must resume another time. Curious, there was a ring in my pocket. Where it came from I cannot begin to guess, though bears the sigil of the estate's ancestral owner. Very curious. I will return with Cuthbert's banner and Bodine's crossbow, so as to honor them with a proper burial. I will leave what is left of thrice-damned Mizir and his trinkets to the swinefolk. Perhaps they will build him a memorial he rightly deserves.
And that is the end of the readings. This will probably go up as its own separate little video, but I hope you all enjoyed watching it. This has been BrainBoy20 with Let's Play the Darkest Dungeon, and I'm signing off. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe. It helps out a great deal, and I hope to see you all next time. Until then, farewell and beware the blood.